Think about how much of your job, your business, what you do in your day-to-day, how much of it could AI do better, faster, and cheaper? This is the Matt J. Hannum Show, where I have candid conversations with inspiring people and turn topics inside out to help you grow your business and create more freedom in life. Hey everybody, how are we? It's Matt Hannum here, the creative accountant, Matt Hannum. That's me. It's not AI, not yet. This isn't an AI podcast. This is actually me talking. And we're talking about learners. Yeah. Are you a learner? Are you learned? i.e. you've stopped. It's no longer the growth mindset thing. You're stopped. You're not learning anymore. But yeah, basically, what do we do every day in our business? And that's what I'm saying. Are we learners? Are we lifelong learners? Are there things that we do every day that we need to feel the need to learn to get better? Or do we spend our day-to-day kind of just doing the same things? Do we just do the same work? We already know what we do. And, could that thing that we do really well just be done by AI? And the scary part about that is there's so many things it can do already that I didn't think it could necessarily do. And maybe you did or maybe you didn't. But I want to introduce Eric Hoffer's quote. And it is, in a world of change, the learners shall inherit the earth, while the learned shall find themselves perfectly suited for a world that no longer exists. And this is super true, I think, in so many areas. And it's true for so many industries, but it's especially true in a knowledge or administrative or management-based, situation. Obviously, it's not as simple to replace a farmer as such. Obviously, machinery and things can do some things, but there's other concepts and knowledge and thought process that might go into it. But for us that, spend our days in offices and talking to people and organizing projects and, all of the above, it's a really interesting thing. I mean, we don't, we pay a lot of money to go through training programs like universities or otherwise, and then it's not like we can stop, right? We have to keep learning, keep getting better. But is that how we approach our day-to-day? I'm super focused on, not focused. I'm super aware of the last, decade of my time where I've been involved in marketing, which is a high-paced, fast-changing, rapid-changing industry. And it was honestly a mind-blowing situation when I first jumped in. I mean, before that I was involved in, most of my day-to-day was involved in property projects, and it's a different beast, bigger numbers in terms of, you're talking about large transactions and they take a bit of time and there's obviously negotiation and lots going on, but it was a whole different pace on how things worked. And what I've found in this marketing world is there's always something new, there's always something changing, there's always something going on, and there's always something to learn. And habitually you start Googling things and doing things. And we would see it with people that came in as employees. Some people would just jump on Google and learn something and figure it out, and others would be looking to their supervisors or leaders going, well, what do I do? How do I do this? And the answer is we don't even know. As a supervisor, leader, manager, we might not even know the answer yet because something else is coming out already. So you have to be able to be jumping on the ball and getting ahead of it. And you've got to be a leader. And that, by leadership, I mean you have to be a learner, because you need to be a leading learner. It's a phrase that I heard coined many years ago by a guy called Roger Hamilton, but it makes so much sense. You have to be learning and sharing. And there really is those two types. There's the people that get left behind. They've learned it. They know their thing. They're just gonna go do their thing now. How long does that last? How did Kodak fare? How are taxis going versus Ubers, for example? I'm not saying there's not a place for the former, but the latter is really taking over. Whereas the learners, they'll inherit the future. They're already ready to go. And in the AI example, they're just adapting and learning and leveraging, because I tell you what, I am blown away every day by how even the standard AI based tools, we'll call it, those things like ChatGPT and otherwise Claude, etc. They do more things than I realize. I think I have to work harder to try and brief it, but I'm able to do so much and change my thinking as I learn. And if I wasn't doing the doing, that just wouldn't be possible. I would not be able to change my concepts about, I'd love to just be able to pluck an example for you, but I guess I might work with AI to help me through a task, and then I think about it later and go, I could have just asked it to help fix that. I might copy and paste some of the data and then go and make some changes, and it could have just easily done it for me with me writing 4 or 5 words. It's not coming as such. It's already here, right? And I think we really use this AI term as, ChatGPT, Midjourney, Sora, Claude, Gemini. For starters, these aren't gimmicks, but they're not even really the whole game of what's happening. There's just so much change as these things integrate into all the industries that are just not ready for it. We're not ready for it. We're just not ready for it. And we're seeing things happen. It looks like fun, but there's such power available to us. So the question is, are you a learner, or have you learned? Are you stopped? I get it if you're moving into retirement or otherwise, and you think, look, now's not the time. Although I find my dad's on webinars and things constantly learning about AI and other stuff and how we can maybe utilize it, or just to keep sort of across what's going on. But what do you do? I mean, what do you do right now if you think maybe there's some aspects of your job that might be just made redundant at some particular point? Well, I think the answer to all of it is utilizing these tools, just trying it. The only way to sort of get some sort of competitive edge is to get your hands dirty and just try things. And even if it's for really basic personal tasks, just get your hands dirty, mess around with some stuff. Create some imagery or use ChatGPT for something, or whatever, and then start thinking about what your industry could look like now. Maybe in 5 years, what could be done better. I mean, we're not even talking about robots and all the other things. I'm really just talking about fairly standard LLM language models, and but there's just so much even in that side of the equation. So, but get your hands dirty. Seriously, get your hands dirty. I find the more I get my hands dirty, the more I find it can do for me. So, but it takes me just being the fool and just jumping in and just going, well, could you help me with this, or could you do that, or whatever. Then I would look to automate whatever I can, and you could automate your personal life. Just do that. If you haven't got a business that you can start automating, just do some of your personal life. Whatever. What admin tasks do you do? What things are repetitive? How could you free up some time for high-level work? Just figure it out, or integrate it into your job. Find a way to make a task you do once a week disappear. But you've got to develop that AI-friendly mindset of, okay, this is coming. This is coming more and more and more. How do I adapt? How do I work to this? How do I keep thinking and being open-minded about these changes and stop what I've been doing for 5 years, what I've been doing for 10 years, what I've been doing for 20 years? Stop thinking about that and just thinking about how it could be done tomorrow. And that is the overall key, really, is to stay adaptable. We have to adapt. And if we're not prepared for change and starting to be comfortable with change, we're going to find ourselves, I think, in some really, really interesting places over the coming time, because this technology is really advancing at a rapid pace, and we're going to see, well, we already do, but I'm sure we're going to see more and more of it in our real worlds. And there's very few people, I think, that can hide from this so much. I think it's positive overall, but it's not something that you can just rest and not make an understanding of at this point anyway. I mean, maybe at some point this stuff will be so good you won't need to know. But right now, if you're even remotely based in an office or a knowledge worker or otherwise, there is so much more available to you that could help you along your journey and make your life easier. The AI revolution isn't waiting for anyone. and you've got these two choices. Just stay the same and risk getting left behind, or embrace change and take control of your future. I know which one I'm trying to work on. And I say that because it's an ongoing quest. It's something that I just continue to look at every day and just keep thinking about how I can integrate, keep trying to learn. And I think we're always going to be in that place unless we are working for OpenAI or something and we're really, 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 truly across this. I think it's something that we can just go, look, I'm okay to be the fool. It's okay to be the fool and to just try something out. This is the way things are going. This is the way things are going to be more and more automated. And basically, this isn't a future. This is now. This is yesterday even, but this is absolutely now. So what can you do today? Are you going to keep learning and understand how this stuff works and how it might impact you, your job, your family, your kids? Or are you just going to put your head in the sand and pretend this isn't happening? Thanks so much, guys, for listening to the show. And as usual, you can hit me up on Instagram, YouTube, somewhere, wherever you like, at Matt, M-A-T-T-J, Hannam, H-A-N-H-A-M. That's the handle. Google it. Check out past episodes, future episodes. And I just want to say thank you for having a listen. And until next time, ciao.